All praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to apostle and elders in New York, GMS. And salutations to you all around the world that's seeking truth in your lives online for it. And shalom to you, serious Aquaf. That's learning from our videos. My name is Maya Kaala Bungad with Chicago branch of Great Millstone. I'd like to make a disclaimer that we are not black Hebrew Israelites. We are Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and speckled birds, scatterbrass. Speckled birds are Israelites who look like other nations, but their father's paternal bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, we're not affiliated with any black identity groups. We're not affiliated with any French militant groups. We are not affiliated with any Islamic groups. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite groups. All right, so read this right here. Section 107, the Copyright Act provides a statutory framework to determine whether something is a fair use and identify certain types of uses such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, research. All right, as examples that may qualify as fair use. So this is what I present fall into criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All right. Now, this came out like about 9 years ago, man. About 50 Cent. He had a documentary called 50 Cents, The Origin of Me. All right. All right, and it brought some interesting things about history as we as we think, all right, he went to the museum. All right, so this part, so he searching his roots, all right, and he stumbled across some history, to the Oakley Park Museum in Edgefield, South Carolina. All right, you'll see was interesting things, man. All right.
If anyone of color would have an issue with the Confederate flag, my suggestion is that they would go back and research the history of their ancestors. True, there was slavery. However, that is part of the history of these United States. And there were many, many blacks who were active soldiers in the Confederate Army. They fought right along beside their white comrades.
All right, so you'll see right there. All right. Now she said something that's right, because our people, they destroy for a lack of knowledge, man. All right, it said, like I said, Hosea 4:6, they don't do their research, man. And what they do, they believe these lies that her forefathers, her own forefathers told, man. All right, we'll go back to Psalm 64:8. All right. Because in history, where it's taught that, Jake was just a slave. He didn't own anything. Matter of fact, when you go into history, the Huguenots, what the brother Malcolm had brought out, those were Moors and crypto Jews. Those a Negro people. They got in America. They set up the slave ports for Esau. All right. And the slave their own brethren from West Africa and the Northern Kingdom brethren here in America's the tribe of Gad, so-called Northern Native American. All right. They also did to the other Northern Kingdom and other parts of America, man. And then later on, they was betrayed by Esau and enslaved alongside their brothers, man. All right. History is not clear cut as one wants to believe, man. And you can't be biased towards history, man. Cause you basically you mess yourself up, man. All right. It says right here, it says Proverbs 12:15, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearken unto counsel is wise. Right, the way of a fool is his own way, man. When you try to tell our people, the correct history, that they're not Africans. All right. They are the Israelites, those people in the land of Israel. The Jewish or Israeli people are not the true children of the Lord, man, they someone want to fight you, man, or even the picture of Caesar Borgia, man, you know. But he that hearken to counsel is wise. Yeah, the brothers out there in out there on the streets teaching, man, they hearken to counsel, man. What? The counsel of these scriptures, man. Also counsel of the elders, man. All right. The elders are great millstone, man. All right. That's all, you know, El Tar and the rest of them, man. All right. All right. It says, he that speaketh truth showeth for righteousness, but false wisdom deceit, man. Right, man. All right. We being righteous by what? Speaking the truth, man. What the dark men saying these books, man. Right. The good and bad of these scriptures, man. All right. So it's the truth that the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans are the Israelites, the Bible. It's the truth that America's going down, aka Babylon. All right. And the other names, Egypt, Basra. All right. All right. But false witness, deceit. Yeah, Esau, he's not going to tell you the truth of history, man. All right. He's not going to tell you the truth of history. It says right here, Proverbs 12, verse 19. All right. It says the lip of the truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is for a moment. Right. So this truth is coming out, man. It's bugging these, it's really bugging these Edomites, so-called white people out, man. The rest of these nations, man. All right, they are terrified at the thought that the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, and speckled birds are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, man. And they know its consequences, man. All right, but at lying tongues for more, right? These lies being destroyed, man. All right, deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counsel of peace is joy. Right. All right. So, like, again, you know, these start with Esau, so-called white man. All right. Deceit is in his heart, man. So again, he's not going to tell you the truth, but to the counsel, but the counsel of peace is joy. Right, man. It's a joy to us, man, that we that we Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, speckled birds are waking up, man. It's a joy to learn the true history of our nation. Yashar'Allah, Israel, mean he prince of power, all right, which is correctly Yashar'Allah, he prince of power. So it means that's what Israel truly means, all right. That's how you said in ancient tongue, Yashar'Allah, all right. It's a joy that we learn the mystery of the books, man. It's a joy to us that our kingdom is coming, man. It's just one hair second away, man. All right. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief, right? So we, you know, those that didn't true, man, we gonna be protected by Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Those that meant to be the elect. All right, some of us gonna be martyred, but guess what? Yahweh has said he's gonna reward us with a crown of life, man. He said, "Be faithful to death." All right, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief, right? Esau, he gonna be destroyed, man. All right. Also along Esau, the 2/3 of our own people, man. All right. They're gonna be filled with mischief, man. On this side, it's gonna be the missiles. Then on the other side, Esau and the heathens, they go into hardcore slavery, man. And then the 2/3, for a while, the 2/3 gonna feel shame in the kingdom, man, that they fought against this truth, man. All right. So go right here. So she said about the Confederate. All right, this is the book. 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. All right, by J.A. Rogers. All right, go to right here, page 19 to 69. All right, it says in 1860, there were 487,000 free Negroes in the United States. Some of whom owned slaves. C.D. Wilson estimates that there were 6,230 Negro slaveholders. The tax returns of Charleston, South Carolina for 1860 showed 132 Negro slaveholders with 390 slaves. Damn. It says the Negro slaveholders, like the white ones, fought to keep their chattels in the Civil War. All right. You know. All right, so you know Jay get emotional talking about the Cherokee had black slaves. All right, the Southern Kingdom had their own people enslaved. All right, and they also enslaved the Northern Kingdom, man, the tribe of Gad, so-called Native Americans, man. All right, so that goes with Deuteronomy 28:54, and Deuteronomy 28:56. All right, it says the number of free Negroes in the United States who fought to perpetuate slavery is not exactly known, but there have been thousands. All right, it says in June 1861, Tennessee began to recruit Negroes between the ages of 18 and 50s. All right, it says South Carolina did the same in 1862. In a review of 28,000 Confederate troops held in New Orleans on November 23rd, 1861, 7 months after the outbreak of the war, there was one regiment of 1,400 free Negroes. All right. Preston Robinson Negro was unofficially Quartermaster General Nathaniel Forrest. He was given a Cross of Honor, the highest Confederate medal, and until his death in 1910 was treated in all respects like a white man in the South. All right. And this happened. Hey, the same thing. Like I said, Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. Man, nothing's new under the sun, man. All right. So this happened in ancient Greece. This happened in ancient Rome. All right. All right. You always had traitors among Yashala, man, Israel. Okay. That's just a fact, and it's part of the curses, man. All right. You had Tiberian, man. He was I think his name Tiberius, man. He led the damn Roman army against his own people, man. It helped destroyed us, man. All right. So let's go back to get this out of here, man. Every time I try to get something good. Right here. All right, so this is from a blog. Did black people own slaves? All right. AfricanAmerican.org. All right. Did Judah own slaves? Did Judah own their own people? All right. Let me see. All right. So it's quoting from. All right. So I'm gonna skip down here. It says. It said in a fascinating essay reviewing the controversy, R. Halliburton shows that free black people have owned slaves, each of them in 13 original states. A later in every state that continues with slavery, at least since Anthony Johnson and his wife Mary went to court in Virginia in 1654 to obtain the services of their indentured servant, a black man, John Castor, for life. And for a time, free black people could even own service or white indentures in Virginia as well. Free blacks owned slaves in Boston by 1724, and in Connecticut 1783, and by 1790, 48 black people in Maryland owned 143 slaves. But one particular notorious black married farmer named Nat Butler regularly purchased and sold Negroes for Southern trade, Halliburton wrote, man. All right. So yeah, Jada was on indigenous service, man. All right. All right. Indigenous service, they serve different. They could serve their time and get bought by 7 years. They could be out, man. All right. It says perhaps the most insidious, desperate attempt to defend the right of black people to own slaves was a statement made on the eve of Civil War by a group of free people of color in New Orleans, offering a service to the Confederacy in part because they were fearful for their own enslavement. It says the free colored population, native Louisiana, owned slaves, and they were dearly attached to their native land, and they ready to shed blood for her defense. They have no sympathy for abolitionists, no love for the North, but they have plenty for Louisiana. They will fight for her in 1861 as they fought to defend New Orleans from the British 1814 to 15. All right. All right. So it says these guys were, to put it bluntly, opportunists per part as Noah Andre True and James G. Holdsworth Jr. explained, once the war broke out, some of these same black men formed 14 companies of militia composed of 440 men and were organized by the government in May 1861 into the Native Guards of Louisiana, swearing to fight to defend the Confederacy, although given no combat role. The Guards reached a peak of 1,000 volunteers, became the first Civil War unit to appoint black officers. All right, so they appoint Jake officers, man. All right. All right, so hey man, this happened, man. All right, you can read the rest of read the rest of this. So I'm about to move on to the rest of this video, man. But all this go back to Deuteronomy 28, 54 and Deuteronomy 28, 56, man. All right. So let's go back right here, all right?
Come in. Would you like to have a tour of this beautiful home?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, come on. We'll start right with General Martin Witherspoon Gary. He was the third owner of the house. Very, very prominent, outspoken gentleman in this community. After the war, he got many of the gentlemen together to continue working to benefit the state of South Carolina, and he was instrumental in forming what they would call the Red Shirts.
So the Red Shirts, they were like before Ku Klux Klan?
Yes, they were. The Red Shirts came into being after the war. The freed slaves, they continued to pillage and steal and burn all the animals.
Yeah, they gonna burn, man, because they been enslaved. All right, and it's a spiritual. The Edomites named themselves the Red Shirts. fit with them, man. Like I said, they're not white, man. They're red. They skin is translucent. They flesh and blood show red color, man. All right. So Jake was oppressed. So Jake was fighting back. You know, Jake. All right, might have been hungry, man, because they left. Jake was just after slavery. Jake was late to some of the Judite and the Gadite slaves, man. They were left with nothing, man. All right. So they had to survive, right?
Animals from the plantations. So the more prominent men in the communities, they started forming the Red Shirts.
Yeah. Was every black person reacting with this kind of aggression? I doubt it.
This is the Confederate battle flag, and this is the one that so much controversy is about.
Confederate flag has a racial tone to it. The period that this flag was carried, there was a lot of racism going on, and that might be why.
People do not really understand what went on in that period of time. Black citizens of this country really needs to study the history, because it's just as much the black ancestry as it is the white ancestry.
She's offering her truth, what she's accepted as the truth based on information given to her. But I don't agree with it.
A lot of the slaves who were brought over here on the ships, they were captured in Africa or Mongolia or wherever they came from.
Mongolian slaves?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I never heard of that before.
You haven't?
No.
You need to study the history from about 1780 to about 1810.
What race were Mongolian slaves?
Well, they were all black.
Okay.
All black.
Like, are there different facial features or anything that you would...
Not distinctly that you would be able to say, well, he's Mongolian and he's African.
Right.
Not anything distinctive.
Oh, that's news to me.
It is.
All right, so there you go, man. All right, so these truth is coming out, man. This basically is this. Jake never heard it before. It's just bugging him hell out, man. Because, like I said, history is not taught in mainstream Esau's mainstream education system, man. All right. And she telling him 50 said, like, hey, man, you had your people come from Mongolia, man, which I don't doubt, And number one, our people are not Africans, the Southern Kingdom Negroes are not Africans, man, because guess what? Israelites and Israelites was scattered all over the earth, man. So it wouldn't be a shock that they came from Angolia, man. All right. All right. Matter of fact, it was a girl on YouTube. Her ancestry went back to Central Asia, man. All right, and she had those sort of eyes. All right, the little wide open eyes, slanted eyes. It says right here, James chapter 1 verse 1. It said James, a servant of Yahweh and a servant of Adwan Yahweh Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting. All right. All right. So, our people, man, they scatter all over the place, man. All right. Now, when he asked, like, what there's a difference. All right. The woman's not lying. What that much difference, man. All right. So this is the book right here. African presence in the early age. All right. We know these people not Africans. Most like there's no such thing as no African, man. So mostly these were Shemitic people and some of these Japhetic people. All right. And some of these were Hamitic people. All right. So you could right here. Now this book old, man. All right. This book cost me $20 when I was in the 1990s, man. So I had this book for a long time. And you see it's tore up. The other pages are missing. All right. You can see right here, man. All right. So I've always been doing research since I was a kid, man. All right. You see 1995. All right. So you can see right here, let's start with page 2 of 17. Let's start with page 1. All right. But you can look right here, man. It's a picture of what? It said figure 10, a black Mongolian horse trainer, Central Asia. All right, 1400s. All right, so you can see it right here, man. And you can see the horse trainer right here. All right. And then you go right here, you see black Mongolian horseman, Central Asia, 1369. All right, so like I said, the lady said it made no difference, man. All right, you Jace, you like to talk about the so-called Native Americans. They admit of the Mongolians, they came over here before the 1600s, man. But the Mongolians, these were dark-skinned people, man. All right, you had Jake Samondo, man. All right, so. All right, also the Shane dynasty, man. Those were Israelites, man. All right, so I wouldn't doubt it was some Israelites brought from Mongolia, man. All right, so I'll just describe the Huns. All right, it said the Huns are a dark complexion, almost black, having broad shoulders, flat noses, small eyes, bearing their heads. They were almost destitute of beards. They never enjoyed manly grace of youth, nor their visible age. All right, so you're talking about the Huns. All right, but you have to remember Jake scattered among all people, man. So Jake scattered among the Huns. All right, it says let's see right here. All right, but that's this right here right now. I'm just gonna show you, man. All right, now you go to it's another book, the Negro Question for the missing link. You go to page this is Benjamin Franklin talking in 1651. All right, this page 57. All right, it says right here, title America Land Opportunity, author Benjamin Franklin, 751. Subject, why increase the sons of African America. Talking about Jake, man. It said all Africa is tawny, black, means brown, right? Black. Nobody black like these fonts. Asia chiefly tawny, America exclusive newcomers. Wholly so. It said in Europe, the Spaniard, French, Italian, Russian, Swedes are generally what we call swarthy complexion, so are the Germans. All right, but right here it say Asia chiefly tawny, black. All right. So then you go to pages ahead. And show you some of the original Japanese. All right. Start right there. All right, before the Japanese got destroyed, man. Everything. All right, so let me see. All right, there go the Chinese emperor. All right, Japanese prince. All right, you had Jakes among them. All right, some of the samurais was Jake. All right, I'm gonna come back and do a story on that. All right, so right here the Le Petit Journal. All right. It said this is a French newspaper called Le Petit Journal, published in the year 1908. It depicts the emperor of China, Emperor, how do I pronounce this? Emperor Gonghu and his wife lying in state. Benjamin Franklin's depiction of racism in 1751 was correct. He said all Asia is black, meaning dark skin. While trying to establish prior to World War I, Benjamin Franklin's essay proved to be extremely accurate. The question we should be asking ourselves is this: what happened to all these black people? All right, right here, image of the black Chinese. All right, Moabites. It said interest of images of black Asians. All right, this is South Asia. All right. It said King Kuala Corn King of Siam, Thailand. All right, with some of our people are scattered in Thailand, Cambodia. All right, some of our people from Cambodia were brought here to Mexico for slavery. All right. Okay, so, hey man, all right, so the lady, she like couldn't be lying, man. But this like I said, truth is stranger than fiction, man. All right. Then you go right here, right? You got the this guy right here. This is I don't know what, I forgot what dynasty it was. I just said in the video, all right, but he looked like Martin Luther King, man. He looked just like Martin Luther King, man. All right, look just like Martin Luther King. Right, hold on. All right, let's see. Let me show you a picture of Martin Luther King, man. All right. I said Martin Luther King. No, hold on. Now look at Martin Luther King, man. You just like talking about, oh, the man got slanted eyes. Look at you got slanted eyes, man. All right, look at Martin Luther King. Look at his phenotype. And then look at this right here, man. All right, damn near almost alike, man. Look at that nose, big old juicy lips. All right, you had Jake. Now this not the Shane dynasty, but the Shane dynasty. Those were Jakes, man. Those were Israelites. All right. One benchmark girl gonna talk about the so-called light-skinned, so-called Native American descendants of the Shane people that came. Oh, I told the Shane dynasty, man. Those were the dark-skinned people, man. All right. She bugged the hell out because she didn't know what the hell she was talking about, man. She thought she was right. Jake always think they right and stuff, man. All right. Anyway, let's move on. All right, so I looked on the internet trying to find them. All right, by Mongolian Slaves, America. This is May 5th, 2011. All right, just after 50 Cent. It says right here, at that program, rapper 50 Cent and MTV recently revealed a clip from his upcoming rock rock doctrine titled 50 Cent originally, which featured 50 Cent traveling to Edgefield, South Carolina in search of his roots. The one clip, the rapper encounters an elderly woman who explains significant Confederate flag to 50 Cent, who appeared visibly irritated with a conversation. Right, it was some truth he never heard before. People really don't understand what's going on at that period of time. The elderly woman told 50 Cent. All right, but you already heard that, right? It said the woman continued to tell 50 that they're African, right? And Mongolian slaves were captured, put on ships. All right. So right here it said 50 Cent polite interrupt her because he wanted to clarify what he heard. Mongolian slave. 50 Cent still remained quiet and polite, asked him if the Mongolians had any physical features made them different from African slave, and she said that weren't. Right, so Southern Kingdom slave, right? Mongolian slave, I never heard that before. 50 Cent said, all right, but let's just go to the comments. You got Jake getting her ass. Felicia, oh, she meant Angola. No, man, she said Mongolia, man. Mongolia. All right. Yeah, people, they protest. All right, so like I said, man, when truth come out, man, people, right here. All right, so right here it says, and somebody named Johnny did their research. All right, it says in Bellingham Herald newspaper, Sunday, June 23, 1940, there's an interview with the former county sheriff, Felix de Lorimer, elected in 1844. The last portion of the article entitled Mongolian Slaves, it says, and I quote, resolutions passed at public meetings were to the fact that the territory was being invaded by Mongolian slaves. It goes on, but I was quite surprised to read this through a reading of a newspaper article that is clear that Mongolian was used as a synonym for Chinese. All right, so if these were Chinese slaves, guess what? She said there was no difference between them. All right, they would still be what? A Negroid people, man. These were number Israelites. Either they was from China or somebody import them because Mongolia is landlocked, man. All right, so it's not that hard to get it, man, because the Esau in Italy in the 14th century had imported Mongolian slaves from over there, man. All right, so he probably cut a deal with deal with Moab, or he probably cut a deal with the Edomites in Russia, man, to bring them from Mongolia, then take them off the Russian or the Chinese shores, man. All right, but okay, so nothing is not that hard, man. All right, it's not that hard to obtain slaves from captives from anywhere, man. All right, let me get this right here. All right, let me see. Yeah, but these are Chinese labor. So the lady said this took place in 1780 to 1810. All right, so disregard what he talking about. All right, but hey, man, it's been interesting, man. Like truth is stranger than fiction, man. Like in H&K said in Men in Black franchise, man. All right, well, that's basically an old saying, it's before the Men in Black came out. But hey, man, truth is stranger than fiction, man. All right, so all right, man. So I'm gonna end this. All right, and hope you've been edified and shalom. And if I get more information, I'm gonna come back and report it. So shalom.